What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Air Max 90 by You, inspired by the Union Air Jordan 4 Guava. So this shoe was created through the Nike by You, formerly known as Nike ID platform. And for those of you guys that don't know, Nike by You is a service that Nike provides where you can customize your very own shoe. So these are made to order specifically for you and they retail for a price of $150 or $190 here in Canada. From the time I clicked order to the time they arrived at my door took about a month's time. And that's generally how long it takes, give or take a week. So again, the colorway of this shoe is inspired by the Guava Air Jordan 4 Union. And while it's definitely not an exact match, I tried my best to make sure it looked at least a bit similar. So diving straight into the details, on this toe box area, or what they call the vamp, I opted for a summit white twill material, which in hand sort of feels like the material you'll find on your trousers or khakis. Surrounding the edge of the toe box, we have this desert sand premium leather, which in hand feels very nice to the touch. It feels like a very high quality cut of leather and has this very nice soft tumbled finish to it. Overlaid on top of this, for the mudguard, I opted for a desert sand suede material, and I felt like the suede wasn't the best quality. It had a bit of a flat, scratchy feel to it, and I felt like the leather quality was a lot better than the suede. In addition, on the mudguard, I opted for this piping as well, which is a desert sand synthetic leather. For the eye stays, so for the bottom eye stay, I chose the Crimson Bliss color, but for the top eye stay, I opted for the Coast color. Underneath this, the quarter panel is again constructed out of that desert sand leather, and overlaid on top, we have a suede swoosh, which is done in this Crimson Bliss color as well. Underneath the swoosh, we have this cutout on the mudguard, and for this TPU Air Max branding, I picked the Solar Flare or yellow color. Surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have more of that summit white twill, and then stitched on the center of the back heel, the heel branding is constructed out of this Coast colored rubber, and we have Nike Air branding. For the laces, so I opted for these Solar Flare colored flat laces, and underneath this, the tongue is constructed out of a very soft summit white colored leather, and we have the Nike swoosh and Air Max 90 branding debossed at the very top. For the inside liner, I opted for this Coast color, which is this beautiful nice blue shade, and then taking out the insoles, these come with these foam insoles, which is lined in black on the top, and this you don't have any choice over. And on the heel, we have Nike Air branding stamped on in white. So the upper of these Air Max 90s sits atop this full-length polyurethane foam midsole. I opted to leave the entire midsole this summit white color, and then underneath the heel, we have this cutaway which exposes the airsole unit that's found within the midsole. For the air unit itself, you can choose a color, and I opted to make it that Solar Flare or yellow color. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Max 90 outsole, and for the most part, the entire outsole I opted for this desert sand colored rubber, except for the very top accent color, I chose to leave this as white. So for those wondering how these fit, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and overall these fit me great true to size. If I was to nitpick, I feel like they fit maybe slightly bigger than your standard store release Air Max 90 Recraft, but the sizing isn't big enough of a difference that I would have to go half size down. So for most people out there, I just recommend sticking true to size or whatever size you normally wear for recent Air Max 90 releases. Next up, in terms of comfort, so if you're wondering if these are just as comfortable as the store-bought Air Max 90s, and I gotta say they are. Whatever tweaks Nike's done with the Air Max 90 since they introduced the Recraft series in late 2019, it's carried over to the Nike by You platform as well. So that means this shoe is also very comfy, has this very nice squishy feel to it, and it's a shoe I can wear for many hours in a day without feeling any problems. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so I felt like the material quality was pretty solid. Obviously, like I mentioned before, some materials were a lot better quality than others. For example, the leather felt a lot more premium than the suede. But all in all, I felt like it was a pretty solid shoe material-wise. And from a craftsmanship standpoint, first off, I really like the overall shape of the shoe. It has this nice tapered slope look to it, and the overall build on my shoe is pretty solid. The one issue I had though was the paint job on the midsole. I felt like it wasn't perfect. There were definitely some imperfections and some bubbling, if you will, but in the grand scheme of things, overall, it was a pretty solid job from Nike. With all that being said, now let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. I think the Guava Union 4 is translated pretty well on this Air Max 90, and this is a very colorful, playful, and fresh Air Max 90 colorway that I'm gonna love to wear in the summer. Honestly, I have a thing with Nike by You where I just end up creating so many different designs, and it's so hard for me to narrow them down to maybe a couple purchases every time. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this creation. Have you guys messed around with the Air Max 90 Nike by You? And if you have, be sure to tag me in your creations on Instagram. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.